Invictus, my kings, and welcome to the top 5 fragile nations in the history of Total War. Now, what does a fragile nation mean? It basically means a nation that very quickly gets wrecked, whether in the hands of the AI, which is most of the time, or in the hands of the player. Now, the player can obviously do some stuff to mitigate it, but they still can get wrecked very easily, so let's get into it. Number 5 on our list are the United Provinces, or the faction of the United Provinces in Empire Total War. Now, this faction has a lot of stuff going for it. It has very rich regions located in India, America, and in Europe. And it has a lot of opportunity for expansion, especially in India. You can conquer the entirety of India because your units are just so much better compared to the Indian early infantry, even late infantry, to be honest, because you have fire by rank, you have the ability to form squares, you have a lot of stuff going for you. However, the AI, because in Europe you only have one province, gets instantly wrecked, whether it's by Spain or Austria or France. Most usually it's France, because they only have one region in the European continent, and that means that the AI just doesn't know what it's doing. It doesn't defend, it doesn't play tall, it doesn't really focus on what's important, it doesn't try to expand, and it's almost like a minor nation, even though it is a major power in this world and in the game it's a major power, and in our history of our real world it was a major power, very rich. But the AI gets wrecked, and it's incredibly fragile because you have only one region to play with. If you lose that, you lose the game. And so they are an incredibly fragile nation. Number 4 on our list is the faction of the Greek city-states in Rome Total War and Rome Total War Remaster, but most importantly Rome Total War, and most significantly in Rome Total War, because the nation is just spread out all over the place. You have provinces in what is modern-day Turkey, you have provinces in Sicily, you have provinces in Greece, and you're incredibly spread out. The AI doesn't know what it's doing. It flaffles about, moves units up and down, and before you know it, what is an incredibly opportunity to expand on multiple fronts just ends up being a complete defeat. The Romans take over Sicily, the Macedonians take over Greece, and the Seleucids or some sort of other power take over what they have in Turkey, and it's over. It's over for them. They get crushed almost instantly. Sometimes they get left alone in like a minor island somewhere where they can't bother anyone, but that's no way to live, that's no way to play, that's just unfortunate. And so yeah, the Greek city-states from Rome Total War on number 4. Number 3 on our list is Byzantium. Now, for some reason, this faction just never does well in the hands of the AI, whether it's because they're spread over a large amount of provinces, some in Greece, some in Turkey, or whether it's because their army just isn't competent, or whether it's because they have to face enemies from multiple fronts, but they are just never able to pull anything off. They get stuck looking at the same shape throughout the entire campaign. Sometimes they do pull off a major maneuver and conquer rebel territory, but even then, they get outpaced by Venetians, by the Turks, by the Hungarians, and before you know it, the Mongols arrive and Constantinople has been taken. And they get crushed almost immediately. And in the hands of the player, they can be a very powerful force, but in the hands of the AI, they never do anything. They are as clumsy as can be, and that's why they are on the number 3 spot for the most fragile nations. Number 2 on our list is the faction of Rome in the Empire Divided campaign from Rome 2 Total War. And it's a no-brainer. The Empire Divided campaign introduces a whole lot of new mechanics. You have to keep up with banditry, you have to keep up with corruption, you have to keep up with sanitation, a lot of stuff taken from Attila Total War. However, in Rome 2 Empire Divided, the faction that gets most affected by far is the faction of Rome. Most importantly because they start off at war with the Goths, with various other Germanic tribes. With Gallic Rome, they are basically surrounded by enemies. They have wars on multiple fronts. They can't have enough money to maintain their provinces. They constantly get Latin rebels. They have to take control of Italy back. It's a mess. There's a lot of stuff to do. The AI just doesn't handle it well. They get crushed almost immediately by either the Goths or by rebellions or by Gallic Rome. They are incredibly fragile, and what is essentially the main character in the hands of the AI usually just completely fumbles and dies almost immediately. And the great number one spot needs no introduction. It's the Western Roman Empire in Total War Attila, which basically has all the same issues that the Roman Empire Divided has, except tenfold. You have more territory to worry about, which means more rebellions, more sanitation issues, more religious issues, more issues when it comes to just enemies. You have so many enemies as the Western Roman Empire. You have to take into account the Huns, the Germanics, the Celts, everyone just is out to get you. Even the North Africans want that Carthage, you see. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to worry about, and the AI just isn't able to do it. Even the players struggle sometimes. It's legendarily known as one of the hardest campaigns ever in the history of Total War. But the AI just dies. It falls over. It's a paper tiger completely. It's a wet tissue tiger. There's nothing, there's no strength, there's no bite. The legions are gone. It's over. In the hands of the AI, the Western Roman Empire, it's over before it even began. So many times you see the fall of Rome happen, not because of some major sacking or because of some historical event, but because rebellions took it. Because the AI just wasn't able to keep up with the demands of the game. It's basically that simple. But yeah, so that's number one, the most fragile faction in the history of Total War, in the hands of the AI, and especially as well in the hands of the player. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to suffer. But that's that. Thanks, Kings, for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you'll stick around and subscribe to see what more is coming on this channel, and I will see you next time.